In the past few years, the Caribbean Sea's pristine waters have been infiltrated by a new enemy, the lionfish. This invasive species has been populating Belize's territorial waters at an unprecedented rate. If left unchecked, the impact on the local ecosystem could be devastating. Doug McLean is one of the driving forces behind the initiative, who believes that lionfish are the most significant threat facing Belize's underwater world.
In fact, no other fish have been known to eat them here in these waters. And they breed very, very, very quickly. It's an astronomical amount of eggs that they lay every week, and then also they mature sexually very quickly. So they start reproducing again right away, and they live to about 15, 16 years old. And so what happens is they overpopulate, and since they're an invasive species and there are no natural predators except us and a spear gun, they're going to take over these waters. They eat an incredible amount of juvenile fish, which is all of our reef fish. So at some point, all of the snapper and the grouper and all those fish that we love, they're getting eaten up.
The impending threat to our barrier reef, says McLean, should become a priority of national importance, as a large part of the population is dependent on the tourism industry.
It's a bigger problem than most people understand, and that's what we're trying to do, is bring attention to it, because without this reef, without that reef, we're done. We're not able to do much, and the tourism will drop down. Almost everything in San Pedro is based on some relation to scuba diving, and so if it's not fishing and scuba diving, both which will just absolutely perish if this fish is allowed to dominate the reef. Now,
but a small group of local businesses and dive companies have banded together to tackle the lionfish problem, with the aim of eventually managing rather than eliminating the population.
That's actually how I got involved, was the Coral Reef Project that got us involved, and then now we've been really trying to take action with this and become a proud sponsor of these tournaments to get people involved. And now what we need is more participation. There's just no way we can win unless some disease is introduced or something that kills just lionfish. Really, there's not any other way that we can combat this fish other than simply with a spear gun.
It is estimated that over 300 lionfish were removed from the reef on their dives on Saturday, and on Sunday, the Wahoo's Lounge hosted its lionfish cookout that saw several prepared dishes. This reporter had the honor to be a judge, and might I add that the predator species was quite tasty.
Downside to the fish is most of them are small. They are getting much bigger. In fact, we got some really nice fillets yesterday, and they taste fantastic. You'll taste that for yourself here in about, I'd say about 45 minutes. We'll have some fish on the plate, but it is one of the tastiest fish out there. It's similar to like a nice snapper or a grouper, which we love here. So that's the good thing about it. That's one thing that we're trying to get. We can get more restaurants involved and create a demand for lionfish, whether it's for tourists or just to have it on your restaurant menu. That will in turn cause the fishermen to bring them back in, cause us to bring them back in, and so the dive shops can start supplying a lot of these restaurants with a super tasty, cost-effective fish.
The Lionfish Tournament is a collaborative effort among Ecomar, Coral Reef Alliance, Holchan Marine Reserve, and the San Pedro Tour Guide Association. The event got rave reviews from both locals and tourists, and Wahoo's Lounge has agreed to coordinate and co-sponsor other similar tournaments. This report is sponsored by Grand Belizean Estates. Reporting for Love News from San Pedro Town, I am Maria Novello.